Environment Allowance for retired military personnel. The military veterans under the aegis of Coalition of Concerned Veterans had embarked on a nationwide protest on January 5th with a vow to disrupt the celebration of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day on January 15th, but suspended the protest following the intervention of the Minister of Defense Bashir Magashi. In April, the retired military personnel vowed to resume their suspended protest following the inability of the federal government to meet their demand. Addressing journalists in Abuja, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Defense, Dr. Ibrahim Kana, said the President had approved payment of the allowance, and has said that the President has given approval for the establishment of the Veteran Services Department in the Ministry for Retired Soldiers, adding that the Ministry of Defense was undergoing a reform to take the shape of the Pentagon. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja signed into law 3 bills aimed at improving the anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing and proliferation financing framework in Nigeria. The bills are the Money Laundering Prevention and Prohibition Bill 2022, the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Bill 2022, and the Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Bill 2022. Speaking at the signing ceremony at the Council Chamber State House, the President described the bills as being in tandem with his administration's commitment to fight corruption and illicit financing activities, as well as critical to the governance agenda, the development of Nigeria. A statement signed by presidential spokesperson Femi Adesina read, in politics. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has said that it may consider alternatives for storing sensitive election materials outside the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN). INEC Chairman Muhammadu Buhari said this while responding to a question on the political ambition and partisanship of the Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele. Recall that Emefiele had filed a suit seeking enforcement of his rights to contest the 2023 presidential election without resigning from his current position. Emefiele is among the heads of agency and extra ministerial departments yet to resign after President Muhammadu Buhari's order, which elected members of the Federal Executive Council (FEC) and other political appointees with political ambition to resign. Speaking on the development, Yakubu said the Commission might be forced to find another arrangement for the handling of sensitive materials, assuring that the conduct of the election would not be jeopardized. In health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (CDC) has disclosed that 149 citizens have so far lost their lives to Lassa fever in 2022. According to the report, Edo and Ondo States were currently leading the number of deaths reported so far. This is contained in the data obtained from the latest report on the disease published by the CDC. The report says that Lassa fever, a disease that is endemic in Nigeria, occurs throughout the year, but more cases are recorded during the dry season. Since the last outbreak of the disease in 2016, the NCDC noted that there had been an increase in number of recurring cases. In 2019, the center noted that 796 cases were reported, while in 2020, a total of 1,165 cases were confirmed during the height of the pandemic. The NCDC also confirmed a total of 4,632 suspected cases in 2021, adding that so far in 2022, 149 people have lost their lives, the highest deaths recorded so far in 4 years. Back here. Following the 12-week strike extension by the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASUU), some University of Uyo students have voiced their grievances and plead with the federal government on actions towards the strike suspension. Speaking with Planet News, some students of the university revealed that the instant strike action has led to delay in academic activities, as most students are saddled with extra years, yet unsure of any positive development. They also expressed displeasure that most public servants are purchasing the nomination forms while neglecting issues bothering Nigerian students. Further speaking, they affirmed making judicious use of the strike period, as many of them were already gainfully employed and acquiring useful skills. Meanwhile, they also prayed for God's intervention and urged the federal government to sort out their differences with ASUU. Recall that the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASUU had on Monday, May 9th, rolled over its ongoing strike for another 12 weeks. This was made known in a statement signed by ASUU President Professor Emmanuel Osodeke. On their part, the College of Education Academic Staff Union, ASUU, during the week also forewarned the federal government of an impending strike action if challenges of colleges are not addressed after the 21 days ultimatum it has already issued. Away from that, as International Nurses Week is celebrated around the globe with the theme, Nurses, a voice to lead, invest in nursing and respect rights to secure global health. People have been advised to protect, support and invest in the nursing profession to strengthen health systems around the world. Speaking with Planet News, a staff nurse midwife in Akwa Ibom State, Enobong Imo, described nursing as a profession within the healthcare sector that is focused on the healthcare of individuals, families and communities to recover optimum health and quality of life, adding that the profession should be highly valued as this will open the minds of nurses to work towards the well-being of humans.
Nursing is a profession within the healthcare sector focused on the healthcare of individuals, families, and communities so they may attain, maintain, or recover optimum health and quality of life. Today is so significant to nurses because we commemorate with the birth of Florence Nightingale, who is the pioneer in nurses' work and social reform. What nurses go through in saving life is a whole lot. Is it the morning shift that will have patients tripping in groups, the night shift that we don't have sleep? Then there are so many cases that you need to stand on your feet for hours. So nurses need to be celebrated.
Further speaking with our correspondent Isaiah Odo, Imo said that COVID-19 has exposed weaknesses caused by under-investment in health systems around the world, noting that there is need to invest in nursing to build a resilient, highly qualified nursing workforce to protect nurses' rights in order to transform health systems to meet the needs of the individuals and communities now and into the future. She pleaded with the public to respect all nurses while also advising nurses to render holistic care all over the world.
I want to call on government to invest in nursing so that we can help and maintain optimum care. I want to advise other nurses as you're coming into nursing profession, you need to come to save lives, not just for the money. Come with the holistic care. We give holistic care. We empathize, not just sympathizing. I want to say Happy International Nurses Day to all nurses out there.
The World Health Organization, WHO, set aside May 12th to celebrate nurses and join hundreds of partners worldwide to highlight the importance of nurses in the health care system and thank nurses for what they do. You're listening to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Let's take a breather and then bring more stories from our foreign, sports and entertainment scenes to stay with us.
A people-conscious government is one that understands that the government is the servant of the people and not their master. In view of our commitment to being community-friendly and government-conscious, Planet Radio 101.1 FM brings to you Government House Weekly. Government House Weekly, a 30-minute news and current affairs program that highlights the services and activities of the state government as it pertains to the benefit of the people. Listen to Government House Weekly every Saturday by 4 p.m. and a repeat broadcast on Sunday by 4 p.m. Don't miss this. The government is the servant of the people.
Thanks for staying with us. Now on the foreign scene. North Korea has confirmed its first death from COVID-19 with reports saying about 10,000 more are experiencing fever symptoms. Reports say 6 people have died after suffering from fever, with 1 testing positive for Omicron, while 187,000 people with fever were being isolated and treated. Experts believe its population of 25 million is vulnerable due to the lack of vaccination programs and poor health care. Recall that North Korea had rejected offers from the international community to supply millions of AstraZeneca vaccine last year. Instead, it claimed it had controlled COVID by sealing its borders early in January 2020. In sport, African champions the Tigers will miss this year's FIBA Women's Welcome in Sydney, Australia, scheduled for September 22nd to October 1st, after the federal government banned the country from attending all international basketball events following the lingering crisis that have rocked the Nigerian Basketball Federation in over a decade. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Direct, disclosed this in Abuja that President Muhammadu Buhari had approved the immediate withdrawal of Nigeria from all international basketball competitions for a period of 2 years with immediate effect. Direct, represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Ismaila Abubakar, said a committee will be set up to oversee the administration of basketball in the country, noting that the withdrawal was in order to concentrate efforts by the government towards revamping the sport from the grassroots, as well as domestic leagues which have been moribund. On the entertainment scene, internationally recognized Nigerian singers Davido and Burna Boy both had their fans buzzing with excitement today following the release of their new songs. Both singers released new songs off their respective next albums today, and fans had taken to Twitter to rate both singers on their individual songs. While Davido praised hope and motivation in Stand Strong, Burna Boy talked about love and heartbreak in Lassa. It's been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. But before we go, a recap of the major stories. In the news, we told you President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the payment of department allowance for retired military personnel. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and CDC has disclosed that 149 citizens have so far lost their lives to Lassa fever in 2022. Following the 12-week strike extension by the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASUU, some University of Uyo students have voiced their grievances and plead to the federal government on actions towards the strike suspension. On the foreign scene, we told you that North Korea has confirmed its first death from COVID-19, with the report saying about 10,000 more are experiencing fever symptoms. And in sports, reported that African champions the Tigers will miss this year's FIBA Women's Welcome in Sydney, Australia, scheduled for September 22nd to October 1st, after the federal government banned the country from attending all international basketball events, following the lingering crisis that have rocked the Nigeria Basketball Federation in over a decade. For comments and coverage of newsworthy events, Kalanish 08127702940. That is 08127702940. Visit our website on Planet 101FM this NG. Follow us on Twitter at Planet_101FM. You can also like our verified Facebook page at Planet 101FM Uyo. The news was edited by Isaiah Odo and Jane Owa. As we end the news, always remember to forgive yourself for your mistakes and move on. It can only get better. I am Bright James. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.
Hey, urong davyong di oke mana bemu?
Mbanda anya wado de gefusu ya kamma wanda kumini da.
Nemu gang nyene godi nemi ni usonga wo mana. Nemu mi ke fro we